The Pearl Necklace Tantra, translated by Christopher Wilkinson and read by Angus Cargill. The basic scene. I bow to the Blessed One, the identity of awareness who harbors no delusions. I presented these words on one occasion. Kiema, all you majestic beings who are deluded, listen. In the time before there was selflessness, there was an undeluded awareness that bore the identity of delusion, and from it great miracles such as these majestically occurred. Due to this delusion, objects that we had not meditated upon dawned upon us individually. It was at that time that the king of conglomerate appearances used an awareness that divides appearances into classes to bring forth what seemed to be a multitude of conceptual appearances. I will teach you what this delusion appears to be, and the finest methods for returning it to its own element. Use the 3 ways of goodness to listen well. Then the Lord of Secrets took into himself the meaning of what was just said, and he proclaimed these words. I heard these words on one occasion. From out of the infinite palace which cannot be contemplated in terms of its parts, the mandala of the heart cheetah, there arose the embodiment of sharpness, Vajra awareness, and there was the embodied awareness that is the lineage of the Vajra lamb. There was the embodiment of the self-evidence of awareness. There was the embodiment of satisfied awareness. There was the embodiment of unimpeded awareness. There was the embodiment of naked awareness. Nothing moved from its embodiment as an essence of awareness. The essential entourage was inconceivable. There was white, there was red, there was yellow, there was green, there was dark blue, and all the rest. The inner entourage that is self-evident was inconceivable. The entourage that consisted of external objects was like this. There was the Tathagata family. There was the Vajra family. There was the Jewel family. There was the Lotus family, and there was the Karma family. There was the wrathful Vajrapani. There was Hayagriva. There was Wisdom, the Lord of the Dead. There was a company of Dakinis who were working, and all the rest. It was inconceivable. Appearing as external objects, there were the 6 sages, who form an entourage that controls what appears, and there were inconceivable numbers of manifest embodiments that trained living beings. There was also an entourage of those who are deluded, and who work at holding on. This is who they were. Ignorance, the mind, the thinking mind, the 5 emotional problems, grasping, conceptualizing, non-virtue, and all the rest. The entourage that appeared there was like this. There were objects, there was knowledge, there was memory, there was the act of vision, there was the act of hearing, there was the act of smelling, there was the act of tasting, there was the act of considering, there was form, there was sound, there was scent, there was taste, there were tangibles, there were dharmas, and all the rest. There were gods, humans, and Gandharvas. There was an entourage of bodhisattvas that is inconceivable. There were the Vinaya, the Sutras, the Abhidhamma, and all the rest. There were those who have views on destructible compounds. There were auditors and private Buddhas. There were bodhisattvas of the naked liberation of the ultimate and relative realities. There were the Kriya, Upa, Yoga, Maha, Anu, Ati, and all the rest. An immeasurable entourage that appeared in various ways, present there in a single company. From the secret Tantra on the pearl necklace, this is Chapter 1, the basic scene. Turning away from delusions about the base. Then the Lord of Secrets and the wrathful ones of the three families address the Blessed One, the Master who has purified all delusion, with these words: Kie, Kie, Blessed One, embodiment of non-delusion. If the sentient beings in the three realms of samsara are to turn away from delusion, how should they turn away? Grant us instruction. Then the Blessed One, Vajrasattva, gave instruction to the entourage that was close to him. Kie Ma, listen, O Lord of Secrets. In the beginning there was no delusion in the base, but the intellects of sentient beings are deluded. Further, when we gather for the purpose of making an account of the wisdom of our awareness, the beginning of our delusions will be turned away at its base. The wisdom of self-awareness is difficult to understand. Our base and our heart essence bear flowers. The method to cut through the symbolic flesh of delusion is to take ignorance to be a sign of our time in samsara. We observe the lineage of the Lamb forever. We spin through the space of naked awareness. Our first self-awareness is something we settle into individually. We cut through our ignorance at the roots. A vision of wisdom arises from out of our eyes. When we turn away from delusion, we turn toward our mother. The vision of wisdom is apparent to a child. When we cut through the root of the mind, there is a space of wisdom. The lineage of the Lamb has been driven into the cave of ignorance. When we sever the continuums of the 5 doors, wisdom shines. The sight of our awareness will become a vision of particles. The visions of delusion will manifest as our objects. This is the awareness itself. When we sever the continuum of our memories, there will be the state of the embodiment of the Dharma. Samsara will manifest in the future. The 3 bodies will be evident. Emptiness is not a substance, but it is beautified by its clarity. The 5 poisons appearing in their essence are in the state of being medicines. Matter and awareness are non-dual. Samsara is awakened. The wisdom that is significant is turned back at the base. The ultimate reality and the relative reality are non-dual. Ema, King Hayagriva, listen. The presence of the mind is actually wisdom itself. There are no objects in which conditions might appear. This is instantaneous. The thing we turn back to when we turn back on delusion is that everyone is awakened within the lineage of the Lamb. In the mandala of the object that we do not remember, there shines the majestic Tantra of liberation from conceptualizations. The visions of our memories, however many there may be, are the causes for our great delusions. We must use our memories to turn away from our delusions regarding the sky that is awake. In the vision of the object that is a reality, the entities we think about, however many there may be, are causes for delusion and ignorance. In the awareness where there are no thoughts, we must turn away from what they might signify. In the vision of the lineage of the Lamb, the ideas we hold on to, however many there may be, are in fact the real delusions. We use the intelligence that turns things into ideas to investigate this, and we see an object that is self-evident. This is the root of all the Dharmas. We do not leave behind either our memories or our awareness. Kyema. Listen, O King of the Lords of the Dead. The blazing light of the wisdom of self-awareness is essentially the king of our ideas. It is our dominion, and is the embodiment of the lineage of the Lamb. There is no drifting away from this, so we teach that it is a majestic conception of our spirits. The intellect that makes up memories perceives appearances to be embodiments of the King of Awareness. Unchanging awareness is an embodiment of wisdom. Self-illuminating reality roams within our objectives. We are present in the state of empty reality. In the wisdom of emptiness, there are an inconceivable number of visions of our bodies. The reality that does appear is unborn. So the reality that is the three bodies is unborn. We do not hold on to there being any entity that is beyond thought. Appearances that resemble bodies or that resemble light will arise. The vision of the true embodiment of the Dharma is beyond the Dharmas in which thought makes up memory. Reality is a dominion, and it is self-originating. So those whose character it is to bring ideas together are liberated. Works and deeds do not appear within our spirits, while the wisdom of delusion is certainly present. Self-originating wisdom has no self, so its essence dawns upon the lineage of the Lamb. The self-evidence of having no attachments cannot be retained by holding on to it. It is like a water moon. The self-liberation that has no impediments is like a great Garuda soaring through the sky. Without working on any expansions or contractions, we are liberated into our own place. The essence of true awareness does not expand. It does not contract. We are liberated in our character. The self-evidence of the embodiment of the Dharma may be envisioned as simply being direct. We are beyond the thinking mind that makes us remember entities. The totality of everything that appears to us in designations is the attainment of the unborn embodiment of the Dharma. E Maho. The wisdom of awareness is not visible. So I am not obstructed by the appearance of material things. The reality of emptiness has no objective, so I do not abide within emptiness. A clinging to demarcations is actually pure, so I do not look for any Dharma to hold on to. I am self-originating within majestic knowledge, so I am not present in the Dharma of the baskets. I have no virtue or evil, so I am not present in the Dharmas of samsara. From the secret Tantra of the Pearl Necklace, this is Chapter 2, Turning Away from Delusions About the Base. The signs that are delusions are in the past. Then the king of the wrathful ones, Hayagriva, addressed him with these words. Kie, Kie, Blessed One, Vajradhara, O King of Certainty, grant us the instructions on the transmission of the great wisdom of self-awareness. Then the Blessed One, Vajradhara, got up from a throne that he did not sit on. He pronounced the words, Sava Gadaha, and he gave instruction to the gathered audience. Kie, Kie, Listen, O gathered audience. This blazing lamp that makes things visible is indistinguishable from the embodiment of the Dharma. The path of practice toward the objective of self-awareness is one in which our wisdom emerges from the body of our method. Everyone is playing in unhindered space. Secret wisdom is unchanging, so we naturally do not obstruct anything that appears. We beam out as if we were embodiments of what is essential. We brilliantly leave behind both works and deeds. We know the visible appearance of our objective and our reality. The wisdom of the lamp shines within the circle. Reality shines upon the body of our awareness. This, in fact, is the vision of the lamp. When we separate the visions that come from it, there will be no differences in the appearance of our awareness. This is the majestic blessing of the Emperor's secret. It is a joining together with all of the Buddhas. It is truly bounteous, so we do not visualize any middle for it. It manifests as the 5 ultimate wisdoms. There are a variety of relative wisdoms. They appear as if they were embodied and are gathered into our awareness. A variety of subtle and gross things may appear, but nothing will obstruct the purpose of our wisdom. It is like the oil lamp that is a jeweled crown. The light that is visible has no measure. The vision of our awareness is a clear light, so the pure land of the victorious one's 3 bodies does shine. The precious Upadesha instructions have already appeared to us, so we have gone to the other shore, gone to the level of enlightenment. We are visible as being a body that cannot be spoken of. Kie Kie, Lord of Secrets, Vajradhara. Once you have understood the meaning of what samsara is, there will be nothing to be called nirvana. Once you have understood the meaning of what the 5 emotional problems are, there will not be any name for wisdom. Once you have understood the meaning of sorrow, you may seek for some great bliss, but once you fully understand the limitations of your problems, you will not need to seek great virtues. When you know the meaning of what delusion is, you will not need to seek for some undeluded awareness. When you have understood the significance of the 5 elements, the 5 great ones will fall upon you, and you will succeed. When you have cut the root of ignorance itself, you will succeed at being an embodiment of awareness without working on it. When you understand the welfare of sentient beings, you will also find Buddhahood without seeking it. When you understand what it means to appear as a variety of things, you will find the vision of the light of self-awareness without seeking it. When we cut through the trails of our conceptualizations, our delusions will be liberated into their own place. When we understand the meaning of visible emptiness, our embodiment as wisdom will be spontaneously perfected. When we see the inner recesses of things that appear to be entities, emptiness will also be perfected without our working on it. When we understand the meaning of the a reality, we will have gone to the other shore, to the unborn reality. E ma ho. Self-evidence is the seal of emptiness. Gentle emptiness is the seal of the body of wisdom. The mind in its variety is the seal of the awareness. The spaciousness of pure space is the seal of wisdom. The real purity of our demarcations is the seal of self-awareness. The self-perfection of what appears is the seal of our dominion. An amazing practice is the seal of our vision. An amazing meditation is the seal of our mind. An amazing view is the seal of the sky. An amazing reward is the seal of certitude. An amazing wisdom is the seal of emptiness. An amazing reality is the seal of playfulness. An amazing idea is the seal of knowledge. An amazing essence is the seal of the lineage of the Lamb. Amazing purity is the seal of the awareness. E Maho, O Lord of Secrets, listen well. The brilliant perfection of the secret empowerment, this Upadesha instruction that is an essential elixir, is a teaching from the heart and to the heart. This Upadesha instruction on the 3 elixirs of certitude will be the revealer of the Tantras that will take us to the end. The ultimate and the relative are non-dual. There is a great bliss in our own purposes. Signs for the non-duality of reality are not found on the trails of appearance. They are totally visible, and they are non-dual. We do not dwell on the dharmas of works and deeds, and the self-evidence of objects. There is no duality. We do not separate the singular from the plural, so once we understand them, they are non-dual. The methods of the secret mantra have no measure, so at the moment that we understand them, they are non-dual. There is a variety within the objects of our delusions, but in the ultimate reality, there is no one or two. There is no unity within externally appearing objects, yet it is at the moment that we understand this that there arise the many things. Our craving for variety is self-liberating. Once we have understood reality, we will be in a state of non-duality. When we sever the roots of our delusional visions, the essence of our self-awareness will be non-dual. We will realize the pure realms spontaneously. From the secret Tantra of the precious pearl necklace, this is Chapter 3, the signs that our delusions are in the past. Effortlessness and self-liberation. Then again, Hayagriva, the king of the mighty, addressed him with these words: Kie, Kie, Blessed One, Compassionate One, we are in agreement about self-awareness. Now proclaim the teachings on the dominion of the Dharma. Those are the words that be brilliantly presented. So the Blessed One, Vajrasattva, arose from his samadhi and gave instruction to the entourage that was close to him. Kie, Kie, mighty King Hayagriva, listen, I will teach you. Listen well. The dominion of the Dharma is ornamented. This is why the body of the wisdom of all the Buddhas is a tomb for all the vastness of sentient beings. We melt, and we practice what it means to be pure. The unborn vision of awareness is beyond being either a thing that is born or the act of giving birth. Our secret body and the state of our awareness, within the reality that is totally pure, are not a contrivance of compassion, and cannot be discontinued. Reality is a fine ornament for our dominion. The vision of the circle is bounteous, while the essence of our body is that we are the lineage of the Lamb. The appearance of wisdom forms into 5 light rays. This is the body of the pathways of all the Buddhas. In the spacious mandala of reality, the practice of the methods of the secret mantra is taught by the Blessed One Vajrasattva. E Ma Ho. This majestic vision is a magnificent clarity. The wisdom of purity shines as light. Reality is an uncomplicated space. The spontaneous gentleness of an unchanging palace appears to us individually and works for our welfare. Self-awareness is the space for the body of our wisdom. The wisdom of emptiness plays through the sky. The wisdom that is most pure is spacious and uninterrupted. The wisdom of samadhi is like fire. The most pure wisdom is like wind. Unshaking wisdom is a secret method. The fine jewelry for the body of reality is used for the play of the embodiment of the Dharma. It is the play of all the Buddhas, and it is the abode of the circles. It does not, by its very nature, move. It has no motion. When we are skilled in the methods of the wisdom of the view, from out of the state of the unmoving Vajrasattva, we will exhibit a body that plays in many things. We will appear within a continuum and play there. In the secret mantra, there are many doors made of methods, so we use the three convictions to teach them well. The roots of all the dharmas are liberated into their own place without our doing any practice. So just as a body is formed by a method, our visions are pure. This is beyond the most pure objects that are beyond our thoughts, for we abide on the path of the secret mantra. The objects of our habitual tendencies are the state of our bodies. The totality of the secret mantra touches on our methods. The wisdom of non-attachment is the state of our speech. We present this to be a view of spontaneously perfected greatness. We join together with all the Buddhas, and the stainlessness of our compassion is totally pure. We have become beings of great knowledge. The things we see are self-originating wisdom. The root of all the dharmas is that from out of the state of the secret mantra's lineage of the Lamb, all of the dharmas emerge by themselves. This is the seal of the method for being a lamp over your dominion. The embodiment of the Dharma manifests on the path of material things. Stainless wisdom is to put emptiness at the core of our objectives. This is the king of the Upadesha Instructions. It is universally applicable. Everything is self-evident and is spontaneously perfected. E Ma Ho. The view for all the yogas is to close the doors of the mind and to clean away our conceptualizations. The Upadesha Instructions that are totally gentle, spacious and penetrating are to close the door of desire and let wisdom shine within. When we carry reality along on our path, we will have visions of wisdom. Dogs and thieves will join our company, and we will cling to an essence of awareness. A vision that overwhelms our demarcations will be stamped with a seal. Our knowledge is totally filled with spontaneously unchanging space. The self-evidence of knowledge is determined to be an object that is real. The reality that is beyond conditions abides in the hearts of everyone. The determinations of our vision will race through the sky of our awareness. E Ma Ho. Come into the state of the unmoving wisdom of self-awareness. fly through the space of ignorance, turn samsara itself away from its own horns. Do not divide yourselves with tasks that have no objective. The 5 roots are the embodiment of our wisdom. We awaken the act of memory, and our self-awareness is pure. It is fully evident on everyone's pathway. Upon the mirror that is the body of the basis of all things, we present a likeness that is empty, aware, and shining. When this likeness appears, we fly through the basis of our delusions. We are free from there being any cause for the existence of any 5 heaps. So our body that is made from delusions is actually a Buddha. The 5 elements are primordially radiant. Our visions are liberated into clear light. We settle our 5 senses into nakedness. The 5 kinds of objects that we hold on to are liberated into their own place. The 5 kinds of emotional problems are what we are, so the 3 realms are flying through the base. Ignorance is self-originating. The causes of our delusions have been removed from the primordial. The basis of all things manifests as the embodiment of the Dharma by itself. We cut through the birth of any spirit at the roots. We are primordially present within the thoughts that fulfill wishes. The things that make us flicker are settled within themselves. As for our breath, its continuity has been cut off from the primordial. From the very beginning, birth and death have never existed. The good things we desire are primordially perfect. The limitations of our cravings are the things that we meditate on. Without moving our limbs, we have gone over from the primordial. So we have primordially travelled on the paths of living things. As for words to say, there is nothing to be said. From the beginning, we are beyond the objects of speech and thought. The expansions and contractions of our thoughts are primordially empty. From the beginning, we have been present within a majestic dhyana meditation. Our filth is self-cleaning. We abide within a majestic and pristine stainlessness. There is no place of origin for our creations. So from the very beginning we have no works or deeds. A dharma that arises from some place other than the base does not exist. From the primordial, the self-originating has been the only one present. We have exhausted the counting of ones and twos. In this circle we are beyond chanting. From the primordial, darkness has been totally pure. So the vision of our awareness has been pervaded by clear light. We have already put an end to unchanging samsara. From the beginning, we have been on the level of the Buddha. The entities that we demarcate are cleared away into emptiness. From the beginning, we have already exhausted any intellect that would cling to a self. Our conditions are the self-liberation of conditions. As for the dharmas that we see, we are satisfied with them. Then King Hayagriva himself liberated himself from all of his visions, which was supremely amazing to him, and so he fainted and fell down on the ground. Then the great Vajradhara, in an effort to revive him from his faint, intentionally spoke out with these words, "Ema, these kinds of visions are just illusions, but if you are self-liberated, you will not be liberated by any vision of non-delusion. The ways that you speak and that you do your work are your practices of emptiness, awareness, and clarity. Our ideas about what is good and what is evil are the majestic space of the river of our meditations. Reverted views and perfectly pure desires are the non-preferential views of a yogin. All of our clingings to our hopes and fears bring rewards in which what is not pristine appears to us. Through our real desire for the Mahamudra, we plant our ears when the mist rises, and when the rain falls upon the mandala of the totality of the 3,000 worlds. The path that living beings visualize is a majestic drop. In the tracks of our feet, colored dust piles up. Those who desire to travel have a real style. For their mudras, they move their limbs. As they are spoken, the words of mantras are at the stage of the generation of our thoughts. The flickerings in our minds are our offerings. That which manifests in a form is a divine body. To express a great sound is real music. Excuse me. Our own body is a vase. Our hair is our leaves and feathers. It beautifully ornaments our mouths. Our blood and golden water are our real waters. The essence of our purpose and other things are born on account of matter. We grant ourselves the empowerments for the visions, and the fact that we have not been empowered is our perfection. Those who lust for the past desire to protect their samaya. This is actually bondage. The experience of a desire for liberation is a desire for nothing. This is the best that we can do. For our fasting from eating and drinking, we work on sleeping and sitting. The abodes of the gods are composite things. We use our intellects and our manure to work on our mandala. The things that we see there are the signs of our mudras. This is the experience of lust. According to the instructions and the clarity there is in our knowing awareness, both the object and the mind are brought together into the object that we seal. The core of our immersion is birth, age, sickness, and death. Without stopping up our 6 sensory assemblies, we understand. Then those wisdom dakinis were exceedingly pleased. They were rejoicing. Then they addressed Vajradhara with these words. Kie, if undiluted liberation is like that, then why has the vessel of this world not already been liberated? Vajradhara gave instruction. The sky itself is pervasively empty. So the sky itself is liberated from being an entity. The wind appears to have no object to hold on to, so it is liberated into the work of bringing things together. Fire makes things ripen and eats what it is given, so it is liberated into the division of its movement and its true heart. The earth lets things be born. When we plant it, bounteous non-entities are liberated into emptiness. Water makes for condensation, so it is liberated in the karma that ripens into making things burn. The wind of the sky is an entity. The fire of the sky makes things condense. The water of the sky makes things burn. The earth of the sky opens up opportunities. The sky of the sky is visible. The wind of the wind is stable. The sky of the wind is a great and primordial radiance. The water of the wind is a rapid running. The fire of the wind is a great casting of condensation. The earth of the wind is a luminous reflection. The water of the water is to hear a sound. The sky of the water has no obstructions. The wind of the water runs without freezing. The earth of the water works to pervade things. The fire of the fire lets us give birth. The sky of the fire burns up entities. The wind of the fire makes things burn. The water of the fire makes for destruction. The earth of the fire holds on to things. The earth of the earth pervades living things. The sky of the earth is the great vehicle. The wind of the earth makes everything empty. The water of the earth gives birth to real things. The fire of the earth makes things dry. The elements of which we are not sure actually liberate minds that appear to be sure. All things that appear as forms are liberated by being a state in which there are no true natures. These things that do not have form are liberated because they are real things. The Dharma is liberated by the Dharma. Non-existence is liberated by being non-existent. The One is liberated by being one. Things that appear to be dual are liberated by their duality. The glorious leader of the horses again addressed him. Kie, Kie, Blessed One Vajradhara, you have liberated the vessel of the world, so why have you not liberated the sentient beings that are its contents? If you do not liberate sentient beings, then you are meaningless to those who live. Moreover, are all these liberations effortless liberations, or what? If we are liberated by our efforts, then material things will not be in the class of things that can be liberated. So, if you are liberating sentient beings, how are you liberating them? The Blessed One personally granted us instruction. We are not liberated by our efforts. We have been present within our liberation from the very beginning. It is through the union of methods and wisdom that the causes of our fathers and mothers are made pure. When they are shaken by the wind that blows them on, the great bliss of self-aware enlightenment becomes the cause for the 5 elements. This seed rises up from out of our objectives, which are empty. This is in fact the knowledge that emerges from out of the methods there are for sharing our engagement in the bliss there is for 2. To enter into the womb of wombs, self-awareness arises from out of the base as an appearance. The measure of our understanding is 7 times 7. For 10 months we go through our stages. Our real birth is that we arise in bodies. The giving birth to a body is an experience that lets the base appear. To live in a body is a base. Those who are old have awoken from their delusions. Those who are ill have resolve in their ideas. Those who are dead are liberated into the emptiness of reality. So it is that the visible bodies of sentient beings have been effortlessly liberated from the very beginning. Ema. Our visions of practices, contemplations, and transformations have been liberated effortlessly from the very beginning. So it is that the visible bodies of sentient beings have been effortlessly liberated from the very beginning. Ema. Our visions of practices, contemplations, and transformations have been liberated without being contrived in any meditation. Those who have the Dharma are liberated, without having the attributions of any view. We are liberated from permanence and annihilation. Without being secured by any rewards, our own bodies are liberated. Our visions are primordially stamped with a seal. From the secret Tantra on the precious necklace of pearls, this is Chapter 4, Effortlessness and Self-Liberation. Teaching the nature and perfection of delusion. Then the wrathful ones of good family addressed him with these words: Kiye, Kiye, Blessed One Vajradhara, what is the true nature of all the Buddhas? How do sentient beings live? If they abide in thusness, is it not reasonable that they are deluded? What are the ways to turn back delusion? Who will turn it back? What will they turn back? How is it with undeluded wisdom? We have become doubtful. How is it that there appears to be a duality in this? How will you remove our primary doubts? Vajradhara gave instruction. Lord of the Supreme Secret, Vajradhara, duality has a single basis. On account of this specific, we abide in the contemplation of an uncomplicated unity that has the nature of being a circle of great bliss. The identity of all the Buddhas is a single mandala. Its true essence is an original purity. In its true nature, it is spontaneously realized. It is beyond any levels, positions, or preferences. It neither exists, nor does not exist, nor does it seem to exist. It is not a field of practice for those who measure sounds. It has no one or two, nor any object to be counted. The great emptiness is realized by its harmony. It is not a field of practice for scripture and reason. It is not exemplified in the Tantras or in the Upadesha Instructions. We will not understand what it means through the use of our views, meditations, or practices. The meaning of this is that we will not get any reward from these things, but we will obstruct the thusness of the Dharma. We will not succeed through contemplation. We will also not accomplish anything through our knowledge. Through generosity, morality, and patience, we harm thusness, and we lose any reward that would be of benefit through study, contemplation, and meditation. We may investigate what is best, but we will not see it. There is no mandala for this. There is no deity. There is no seed for any generation. What would we do with a mantra or a mudra? Sending forth offerings and such things are unnecessary. Where would there be any empowerments or samaya? There is no retreat, and there is no practice. There is no wheel that expands. There are no protectors, and there is no place to be protected. This is beyond the concerns of demons and the destructive. This is me, and I am also a living being. I am the mind, and what comes from the mind is plural, while being singular. Samsara and nirvana are just me. Things like mandalas are to be engaged in gradually. I am the Dharma. I am what appears to be the Dharma. I am alive. I am in motion. I am sitting, sleeping, and walking. I am life. I am also sacrifice. The three worlds are born from me. I appear within the deity, mantra, and mudra. I have arisen like virtue in its fruits. The 10 perfections also have their levels and virtues, but all of them emerge out of this very thing. Our practice and our real meditation, our view and all the rest, all of them were brought forth by me. The vehicles of the great and small stages, all of them have come forth out of this. In brief, all the dharmas, just as they appear, have come forth from this. The earth, water, fire, wind, sky, and all the great elements have arisen from this. The gods, asuras, humans, the beings in hell, the animals and the hungry ghosts have properly come forth from this majesty. Lust, hatred, stupidity, pride, jealousy, and all the rest magically arise from this very one. The mind and consciousness of ignorance, the heaps, domains, and generative forces, the collections of consciousnesses, the 5 sense organs, and all the rest also come forth this way. Sound, smell, taste, the things we touch, and the good things we desire come forth as the ornaments of this. Our lives, our hollowness, our having no essence, and all the rest have come forth in the effulgence and the playfulness of this. Using the basis of all things and our holding it close, our flesh, blood, yellow water, bones, skin, hair, and the bodies that we hold together come forth from this. The variety of bodies, speech, and minds, and the things that come from our minds, all come forth from out of my own face. All the bodies, be they men, women, horses, or oxen, come forth from this. A variety of karmas, our eating, sleeping, and sitting, also come forth so. O wrathful Lord Vajrasattva, listen. In the reality of it being present in this way, we are primordially without delusions. The embodiment of the Dharma is like the sky. The facade of sentient beings are the shadows from the clouds. The reality of non-delusion also has a way of being deluded on the surface. When causes join with conditions in a single instant, our objectives will become invisible, but in the original purity at the very beginning, the word delusion was never even spoken. In the same way, what is it to be undeluded? It follows that delusion is pure from the primordial. In the thusness of the majestic vision of the base, there is nothing to be designated as ignorance. There are no graspings of names or letters, so any delusion that we may attribute does not exist. What is called the Dharma is not well known by its own name, so there is also not any name for the delusions that are the attributions of our intellects. They are not formed in our minds or our consciousness, so any delusions that would make things flicker naturally do not exist. We have neither subtle nor coarse filth, so we naturally have no delusions regarding occurring conditions. We have no works or deeds, so how could we have any delusions about holding on to objects? We have neither objects nor senses, so we have no delusions about holding on to objects. Kie, great Lord of Wrath, listen well. The dharmas that appear naturally are stainless. They are the opposite of subtle and coarse. There is nothing that we take in or hold on to. This is the opposite of delusion. This is unchanging. It is the opposite of the winds of karma. This is pristine. It is the opposite of being a thing. This is a clarity. It is the opposite of being empty. We have been perfected from the beginning. This is the opposite of any generation stage. There is nothing to search for. This is the opposite of practicing. We are settled into our non-seeking. This is the opposite of meditation. We are self-liberating. This is the opposite of any vision. This has been apparent in the past. It is the opposite of a view. This has no language or words. It is the opposite of a conventionality. We have never experienced its existence. It is the opposite of a craving. We have never experienced its non-existence. It is the opposite of searching for something else. It is not in a spell. It is the opposite of the attributions made by our minds. It is a unity. It is the opposite of the limitations made by our objectives. It is totally pervasive. It prevents anything else from coming forth. It dawns upon itself. It clears away the darkness. It is our heart essence, so we are encompassed in the embodiment of the Dharma. We are clearly visible, so we grow into the embodiment of pleasure. The mother meets her child, who turns out to be a manifest embodiment. This is to be understood. It comes to us as a method. It is beyond our thoughts. It clears up our memories. There is nothing that is permanent or that is annihilated, so we are finished with philosophical conclusions. We are distilled into an elixir. Our awareness shines. This is self-liberating, but it may happen that we let it be reduced, or have an awareness that is the opposite of what it is. So we must call these things liberations. It is because we are present that we are called pervasive. Because we have no demarcations, we are called empty. It is because we have no west that we are called east. It is because we have no material form that we are pristine. It is because we live in freedom that we are called different. It is because the variations in things are radiant that they are called open. It is because there is no duality that we are indeed alone. It is because all things are generated that there is what is called a cause. It is because, with no exceptions, we are perfect that this is our reward. It is because our visualizations are pure that there is what is called a path. The exhaustion of our delusions is also a transmission of karma. It is because it is present within us that there is what is called a spirit. It is because there is something to be exemplified that there are Upadesha instructions. It is because this is beyond counting that there are what we call numbers. A real mind that is like this fulfills our needs and desires, so it is like a jewel. It fulfills our needs, so it is like a treasury. It makes the teachings visible, so it is like a mirror. It is a stainless clarity, so it is like a crystal egg. It appears as many things. It is a tent of silk. It does not expand or contract, so it is like a great Garuda. We have finished with our hunt for a view, like the lions. Perfection pervades its depths like the ocean. Our limitations are self-originating, like the sky. This supports everyone, like the ground of the earth. It is especially superior to any of our objectives. In unceasing awareness, there is no cause for delusion, so we have nothing to reject. This is more noble than the ground. This is self-liberation, so our objective conditions are exhausted. This is naked liberation, so our vision is pure. This is the final liberation, so it ends the four horns. This is the liberation of the one, so the many are empty. Conditions are liberated by conditions, so I do not look upon dharmas that are visualized. Objects are liberated by objects, so I do not look upon the duality of what we take in and what we hold on to. Causes are liberated by causes, so I do not look upon the duality of samsara and nirvana. Dharmas are liberated by dharmas, so I do not look upon conventional words. This mind is liberated by the mind, so I do not look upon the intellect that makes things be exemplified. It is like using filth to wash away filth. The purity there is in this liberates purity. Poisons overcome poisons. Iron is forged by iron. Rocks are shaped by rocks. Wood is burnt by wood. Just so, we ourselves create our own voices. When families do not agree, they are liberated. This is why we arise by ourselves, within an awareness that is present at the base, and because of this, our vision is perfected. This is self-originating. The base itself is therefore perfected. This is self-evident, so our objectives are also perfected. This is self-liberating, so the basis of our delusions is perfected. This is self-purifying, so all our pathways are perfected. This is self-awareness, so we have finished with the things that we must know. This is self-encompassing, so our rewards are perfected. This is our own place, so our causes and conditions are perfected. This is self-understood, so reality is perfected. This is our own reversion, so samsara and nirvana are perfected. This is our own abode, so the transmission of the Tantra is perfected. This is self-perfecting, so we are perfected in a single moment. We understand this by ourselves, so the instructions are perfected. This is a settlement of ourselves, so our jhana meditation is perfected. We are self-created, so our dominion is perfected. Maho, the embodiment of the Dharma of this great self-perfection, is originally pure, so our stains are exhausted. This has no peer. It is beyond enumeration. Our sorrows have no cause. This is a great bliss. We have no cause to speak of. This is beyond talk and thinking. From the beginning, we are completely pure by ourselves. Our outflows have been exhausted, so we are not associated with any material substance. We have exhausted all the entities, so we dwell in emptiness. This is not some multiple of two. It is our essence. We are beyond the Dharma, so we are beyond its methods. Non-conceptualization is a clarity, so our flickerings are cleared away. Matter and awareness are non-dual. We have completed our two accumulations. We have no peer to contend with. We just settle into satisfaction. There are no words to contrive. This is totally pervasive. We have no minds that would think. We have no memories. This is truly fresh. It is our original state. Non-contrivance is the best. We dwell in what is natural. This is harmoniously realized from out of the things that we would know. We have no past. We have no future. From the very beginning, we have not existed. This does not change. When we are honest, it is present. The single mind that encompasses all things has done with philosophical conclusions. This is an overall offering. We succeed in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So it is that the basis for non-delusion that is present is a self-awareness that shines from the beginning through separate lights. We have perfected the three bodies without generating them. Our rewards have been present from the beginning. So from the beginning there is nothing that is contrived by the Dharma. Philosophical conclusions from the beginning are not a refuge. From the beginning we have not been stained by the 5 poisons. Where is there any joining or separation of samsara and nirvana? There is a very great brilliance that comes from the face of clarity. Appearances in themselves are spontaneously miserable. The introduction to the embodiment of the Dharma is most brilliant and inviting. The pristine essence is spacious and well covered. Our true natures encompass all things. This is a very great pervasion. The origin of all compassion is the majestic giving of birth. Our pervasion is primordially radiant. Our fears are cleared away. Our presence is unhindered. We are running in a great race. The self-radiance of our awareness is a majestic, shining light. Emptiness is the origin of all things. We let it be without searching for it. Our rivers are long. Unorganized beings appear there by themselves. They are attached to the pervasion. The base of their apparent world is rising. Their status is very high. Effortless self-liberation is majestically vast. The majesty that we have understood from the beginning becomes our skill as we spin around. When we have the 5 colors, our painting will be good. The apparent world is completely pure. Its surface is even. Self-originating clear light is brilliantly displayed. The majestic vision of the base is a majestic retainer. To connect the pair of samsara and nirvana is wise. To pile wisdom upon the 5 bodies is good. In the essence of our natural presence there are no Buddhas. There are no sentient beings. There is no ignorance. There is no delusion. There is no mind. A thinking mind also does not exist. We have no enemies, we have no friends, we have no relatives, we have no emotional problems. We have no clinging to an I. We do not go. We do not come. There is no Dharma. There is nothing that appears to be the Dharma. There are no methods. Wisdom itself does not exist. There are no heaps. There are no domains. There are no objects. There is nothing that makes us cling. We have no senses and we have no objects. We do not have that grasping that says, this must be taken in. We have no body. We also lack wisdom itself. There is no self that we know, or that we must know. There is no light. There are no colors. There is no sound. There is no smell, nor any other objects of our senses. We have no desire. We have no cravings. We have no dominion. We also do not have an infinite palace. We have no God. We are beyond the objectives there are in making offerings. Kiema, Lord of Secrets, Vajradhara, in the vision of this particular majesty, the pair of existence and non-existence do not occur. In general, the thing we call a basis for delusion is a junction for ignorance itself. Our deeds and our works appear to be stained. Memories and contemplations arise from out of our minds, so our true essence becomes conjoined with conceptualization. Our 6 thinking minds do not cease their clingings, so the embodiment of the Dharma is itself fettered by our grasping. We associate with partless atoms, and even our clear light becomes attached to patterns. A conditional basis is an impure visualization. Appearances themselves arise as many things. Their appearance is itself the appearance of an object. The sky relies on the wind, the water upon that, and 1,100,000 become attached to something round as it is spinning. This is like cream coming out of milk. Our earth is one of 1,200,000. The counting of their winds is just the same as the earth's. The wind is adherence and condensation, blowing and pounding. Water retains its pervasion. It makes things ripen. It is threefold. Earth is something to work on that is subtle and is rough, and it is threefold. This resembles the way that there is butter after the churning. Then there is the king of the mountains, Mount Meru, with its 4 tiers and its majestic summit. There are playful lakes and 7 ranges of mountains. The continents and the horizon are fixed, and there are such realities as the 3,000 worlds. There are the 3 realms, desire, form, and the formless, that are based on this. There is nothing whatever that either exists or does not exist. Our little consciousness does not become exhausted. The formless realms are born from it. Embodied beings, including those of pure abode, use the way of trickling down from the high to the low, while we desire to be in Akanishta, or some similar place. The gods, asuras, and humans are truly high, and because of them we may live in our abodes. The animals, ghosts, hell beings, and the sentient beings who are born in those places are a group of 4. Furthermore, the humans of the first eon had bodies that were youthful and had exemplary features. Everyone had a body that glowed with its own light. There were wish-fulfilling cows and all the rest. There were meritorious foods. The lives of the people were 80,000. They had neither male nor female organs. Then, due to 2 causes for delusion, there came lust and the rest of our emotional problems, which progressively turned into our own families. We came forth from out of the doors of our senses, and all the rest. Our merit was exhausted. So our lights and all the rest grew dim. Then there were the stages in which we would practice eating the fat of the land and wild rice. It is the same way for all of the 3 worlds. We have 5 heaps and 5 senses, 5 limbs and 5 essential purposes, 5 objects and 5 kinds of emotional problems, 5 sounds, 5 thinking minds, and 5 conceptualizations. In taking things in and holding on to them, we realize only samsara. Our delusions have a dualistic appearance. An analogy is a rapidly spinning wheel. Those who are attached to their spirits live on the wheel for a very long time. The variety of things that are apparent in the present are like seeking a snake from out of a rope. It is not like that, but we take it in as that. We are attached to the dualities of what is external and what is internal, of a vessel and its contents. Moreover, upon investigation, it is in fact a rope. From the beginning, the vessel and its contents are empty. The ultimate has the form of the relative. To see a snake is in fact true as we have seen it. Our vehicle is true in its correctness. As an analogy, we are like the birds who live on high. The true nature of the two truths is that they are the relative truths of the world. In true propriety, they have no connection. From out of the dominion of emptiness, everyone is liberated in that we are its essence. Awareness that is empty and clear is a majestic pervader. Its elixir has been distilled to its very essence. The heart of this, for itself, is the 5 bodies, the 5 wisdoms, the 5 lights, the 5 colors, the 5 dharmas, the 5 winds of wisdom, the 5 essences, the 5 true natures, and the 5 compassions. This encompasses all things. We have no memories. We also do not change. The miracle of the dominion of the Dharma is that everything is gathered into me. Ones and twos are all alone. From the secret Tantra of the precious necklace of pearls, this is Chapter 5, teaching the nature and perfection of delusion. Teaching the visions of sentient beings and skill in methods. Again, Vajradhara addressed him. O great Vajradhara, Lord of the secret mantra, all of the Buddhas are just one, so what is their opinion? How is it that sentient beings are ensnared by the fetters that we make with our 5 emotional problems? O Blessed One, speak to me. The Blessed One gave instruction. The one truth for all the Buddhas is that on account of our true natures and our essences, there is a great difference between us. In the wisdom that is aware of the essence, our true natures encompass everything and are maintained within our 5 bodies. Our reward is a unified circle. Appearance in itself is interactive. Within the emptiness there is clear light. The real essence of this is instantaneous. In its true nature it is gradual. Reality is an emptiness that encompasses all things. It is beyond any atoms which are limitations. The natural vision is clear light. This is beyond the stains of our delusions. The embodiment of the Dharma is a clear light, a great bliss. The limitations of material things are empty. The king of self-originating awareness is beyond any objects that would be high or low. I myself come from the contemplations of all the Buddhas. I am samsara. I am nirvana. I am also the Dharma. I am also what is not the Dharma. I am hell and the rest of the horrible existences. I am also the mandala, the deity, and the mantra. I am the Buddha and the rest of the jewels. I am also the teacher, the entourage, and the teachings. I am the convener who convenes his own entourage. I am the deity, the meditation, and the practice. I am the empowerment, the samaya, and the vows. I am the worship, the samadhi, and the jhana meditation. I am the washing, the cleansing, and the stainlessness. I am the practices of virtue and non-virtue. I am the sutras, the vinaya, and the abhidharma. I am the two truths of things being empty or not being empty. I am the difference between those who are on vehicles and everyone else. I am evil, karma, and its full ripening. I am also the vessel and the contents of this world. For these reasons, I am going and not going. I am karma, emotional problems, and filth. I am the senses and their objects. I am the heaps, the domains, and the generative forces. I am flesh, blood, and bones. I am names, letters, and formed sounds. I am the objects that are taken in and held on to. I am an idea about the self. I am sorrow, ignorance, and delusion. I am sound, smell, taste, and touch. I am what clings to heat and cold as being opposites. I am hunger, thirst, and depression. I am happiness, sorrow, and equanimity. To be brief, this is how it appears, and I am undefeated. I am victorious over all things. There are no words that have been contrived for me. I am superior to everyone. I am the non-duality of permanence and annihilation. I am seemingly engaged into everything. I'm not an object that you can see. I appeared in advance of everything. I am the totality of the empty and the perfected. I am greater than anything. I have no path to travel on. I have gone to the other shore of it all. I am all alone, but I am connected to everything. I have no ground to live on. I depend on everyone. I have no peer in contest. I am alone with everybody. I have no duality between matter and awareness. I am comprehensively pervasive. I wear the mantle of darkness and present my appearance to everyone. I have made voyages through a vast essence. My powers are also great. I have been struck by the taste of the ocean, so my belly is big. I have put a mountain into a sesame seed. My works are great. I have worn the mantle of darkness. I am a great hero. I have crossed samsara and nirvana in a single step. I am a jumper. I have touched the entire earth in a single moment. My body is very heavy. I rest upon the throne of the sun and the moon. I am most bedazzling. I have perfected samsara and nirvana in a single moment. I am beyond any effort. All the things that have no thinking minds arise within me. I am the origin. Appearances arise without interruption for me. I am self-dawning. There is no understanding or not understanding me. I am the primordial Buddha. I have no hope or fear. I perfect samsara and nirvana at the same time. I also have no shame. I am free from all fear. I have no master who contrives me. I am primordially at ease. I have no objects to take in or hold on to. From the beginning, I am present in myself. For me, the vessel and its contents are non-dual. Everything, in fact, is me. I have no subjectivity or reality. Everything is one. Vajradhara again addressed him. If all the dharmas of the world of samsara and nirvana are just one, as you say, what sentient beings are there to be ensnared? It is not reasonable that they be ensnared. But on the other hand, if they were not ensnared, it would be the same thing. So are we ensnared by someone else? May the Blessed One speak to me. The Blessed One gave instruction. Sentient beings who have the 5 kinds of emotional problems in reality do not exist. They are like the clouds in the sky. We are connected through the conditions that there are on the surface. Clouds emerge from the natural state of the sky, and in the same way they melt into the sky. When we understand this, we call it a state of inseparable unity. In like manner, emotional problems are stainless. They are self-originating, and they pacify themselves. If we understand this, how could there be any ensnarement of sentient beings? If there was something to be held as true, even the Buddha would be ensnared. Sentient beings are not ensnared by anything. The truth has no true nature. If we understand this, all our stains will be purified in their own place. Disturbances of the water are self-resolving. Just so all dharmas lack any true nature, so they are one. If we do not know that things are insubstantial in these ways, we will take on heaps, domains, and generative forces, and will then be taking them in and holding on to them, and so we will dwell in samsara itself for a long time. While in the homes of the 3 realms, we are stuck into the prisons of name and form. We are bound by the irons of ignorance and karma. We have lost the lamp of self-origination. We are covered over by the dense darkness of samsara. Our lust is an attachment to the taste of salt. The noose of stupidity ensnares us in the mud. We are tortured by hatred, as it is a measure of our heat. Our heads are burned by pride. We use the gates of jealousy to bring ourselves together. In our rages, we are surrounded by armies. In our memories, we support our own mothers, both left and right. We have been ensnared at the neck with the noose of taking things in and holding on to them. Our habitual patterns concerning the past and the future trap us in the mud. We join hands with this full ripening, and the mother and child of karma join in incarnation. Then, from one to the other, there is nourishing water. We take on a body that has stages, both good and bad, and we are born into individual bodies. Once we are penetrated from on high, by clinging to an eye, we are trapped at the bottom of an ocean of sorrow. In the horrible existences, we are held at the heart by hooks. We ensnare ourselves. Our emotional problems are our enemies. The karma of hell manifests as fire water. For the hungry ghosts, it is depression and evil. For the animals, it is like a fog. Humans manifest as the 5 elements, heaps, domains, and generative forces. They have happiness, sorrow, and equanimity. The asuras exemplify their understandings. The gods have the good things they desire. Lord of secrets, great Vajradhara, as for being a sentient being in samsara, we may be ensnared by our own ideas, but they have no true natures, so our liberation is sure. In the dominion of the Dharma we are equal, so our heaps, domains, and generative forces, our families and the lords of our families are liberated. The subjects that we take in and hold on to are liberated through our methods and wisdom. Samsara is liberated into the dominion of the Dharma. Reality is an infinite pristineness. The ultimate reality is not definite. It is a majestic spaciousness. Wisdom harbors a magic key. The butter lamp that sees the clear light shines. Awareness is self-evident. It is a majestic light. We are not ensnared by our attachments. They are like knotted snakes. We become attached to the taste of blissful experience. We become attached to compassion. And we ensnare our own bodies. Our emotional problems are burned up by the fire of knowledge. We are covered by a garment of majestic, clear light. We open the door of the treasury of reality and carry the weapon of self-awareness. While we are among the divisions of the armies, we sustain our bodies with both views and practices. We are ensnared within samsara by the noose of our ideas. The self-awareness of attachment is manifest in the past and in the future. We touch hands with the non-conceptual Dharma. The mother and child of reality have met. The wisdom of self-awareness is alone. Once we find our objective, a majestic, empty clarity, we will attain the embodiment of the Dharma that does not change. We will cut the flow of our samadhi and jump into brilliance. We will be delivered from the space of the ocean of sorrow. Using the methods of the secret mantra, there is a single conclusion. Wisdom is perfected in wisdom itself. Ignorance itself is completely pure. The embodiment of the Dharma is present in a majestic, clear light. In the true nature of great bliss, we are beyond the misery of entities and non-entities. The wisdom of emptiness is essentially empty. The wisdom that naturally pervades everything is beyond the misery of sound, smell, and taste. The uncomplicated embodiment of the Dharma is beyond the miseries there are in having forms and consciousness. The wisdom of awareness is pervasively encompassing, so it is beyond the misery there is in the totality of the 3,000 worlds. The dominion of the Dharma has been totally pure from the beginning, so it is beyond the misery of the 5 elements. The Buddha's one body encompasses all things, so it is beyond the misery of names and writings. Through the wisdom of the indestructible Vajra, we go beyond the misery of earth, stones, and mountains. Reality is not complicated, so conventionalities themselves are beyond any misery. Maho. This was brilliantly taught by the perfect Buddha. It is an unchanging reality that does not move from its true essence. It manifests by itself. It is self-liberating. It is its own objective. It is natural. It is pure in itself. It has its own resolve. We are content. We let reality be naked. We settle ourselves. Then all the Vajra holders address the Blessed One with these words. O Blessed One, Vajradhara, how is it with the level or the presence of all these sentient beings that are in the world? As for the pathways of the living, what are they like? How will they attain any reward? May Vajradhara speak to me. The Blessed One gave instruction. Vajradhara, listen well. Within this body of conceptions and delusions, there is the stainless purity of the embodiment of the Dharma. We dwell within a way in which we settle down without searching for anything. The true body of the Buddhas is a heart mandala that is perfect without being generated. The single body of the unchanging is present in the way of total pervasion. The single mind that encompasses all things is present within the state of our original natures. The body of the lineage of the Lamb continues in an unbroken lineage. There are many accounts of the lineage of the Lamb. Its provisional bodies are inconceivable. The things that exist are not more than one, so all appearances are visible to everyone, and have the identity of being empty and clear. That is the vision of wisdom. The thusness that is the essence of our bodies has the identity of being the circles that come out of our nerves, kicking and running. We are made beautiful by the light rays themselves. This, in turn, has three parts: the right, the left, and the middle. The right is the circle of relative reality. It bears the branches of great bliss. This source of origin in which our bliss is brought together is the great secret of all the Buddhas. It is a natural thing that we exemplify with our methods. Ultimate reality has the nature of the embodiment of the Dharma. Our emptiness and our clarity are present in a single circle. They dwell in the middle and are naturally luminous. They are beyond the objectives of expansion and contraction, discussion and contemplation. They are free from our progressive conceptualizations. The two extremes of existence and non-existence are completely resolved. We do not dwell on the borders of permanence or annihilation. We have no conceptualizations. We are spontaneously realized. This is unspeakable and empty by its own nature. The ultimate reality is the circle of real entities. On the left, our natural circle is present. It is bliss, and includes both receiving and inserting. It is not a consecration, so we attain the bliss of just kissing. This is the cause of the Mahamudra itself. It is a path of great bliss and great wisdom. This is the mandala of the Lord of all the secret mantras. It is his majestic method for protecting samsara. The primordial radiance of this secret is a blazing light. This is the essence of great bliss. The paths of living beings are doorways to make them see. Then there is the middle, between the two rights and the two lefts. It is present in the way of being a blazing lantern. The lamp of the empty circle, the lamp that has a pure dominion, the knowledge that is self-origination itself, and the lamp of water that is placed off in the distance. These manifest as objects that make us see. Non-conceptual awareness is the lineage of the Lamb. It is visible through the door of the purity of great bliss. As an analogy, it is like the radiance of a peacock. The drop does not change, and the circle is pervasive, yet they appear to be objects. The darkness made by the lamps will become visible. As an analogy, this is like a rainbow in the sky. It is pure, so it exhausts the filth there is in our emotional problems. It expands from out of our dominion, and its vastness is not limited. In the objectives of reality, we are completely pure. Through the corners of both of these, we act to arise. The blue that permeates is unchanging. When appearance meets with pure conditions, it will have 5 colors. As an analogy, this is like a fire lantern that is used to burn things. Through our knowledge, the dharmas are instantaneously perfected. The best thing about it is that we are at the peak of all things. As for ourselves, we are free from dharmas that refer to other things. We do not hinder appearance. Our vision is free. We have closed the door to the appearances that are from the left. As an analogy, this is like an iron hook that holds on. Its distance is the duration of our horse. We mount the consciousness that is in our thinking minds, and we run. We are engaged and consumed in our every objective. Our noose is the objects that we hold on to. We are totally taken in by our grasping minds. Our water is what we divide between the pure and the polluted. Further, it is of 2 equal parts. To be brief, this is the purity of our senses. As an analogy, it is the lineage of the golden lamb. And just as an expert builder can wander about in his prosperity, our awareness knows and is aware of everything. When we have no conceptualizations, we are not stained by samsara. The lineage of the Lamb is attached to connections. The tunnel of great bliss is a path that is beyond our conceptions. Our rewards are said to be of 2 sorts: the unripened, which are just samsara, and the liberators, which are our bodies and our wisdoms. Moreover, this can be considered with reference to the 4 types of birth. The gods, asuras, humans, the animals, and the hungry ghosts, and also the hells. These worlds appear to us in the forms of our unripened karma. Lust, hatred, pride, stupidity, jealousy, and all the rest, these are our emotional problems. They have roots of filth. They are the distillations of many thousands of things. Furthermore, we are ensnared by the mind, and things like it, by the mind that takes things in and holds on to them. Our truly visible objective is like a light. The 3 bodies and the 5 wisdoms are pervaded by emptiness and clarity. Our circle is neither joined nor parted from, so we are beyond statements and the making of statements. We are originally pure. We have no filth. In our abode, everyone is truly a Buddha. We are stainless and have no dust. We are not confused by complications. In the spontaneously realized vision of the many things, we are liberated from paths that are average and all the rest. We make things arise through our individual doors and through each specific quality of our truth. We use each of our understandings of our objectives to find each of the measures of our understandings. Then, when we look at what appears, we will see the original purity of the Dharma that is in stages. Not only that, our reward will be the attainment of great bliss. This is the single secret of all the Buddhas. The real result of all these things may be either filthy or pure, but by its very nature it will be present. This being so, our rewards for this are both material things and immaterial things, for they are present as our rewards. We are aware of empty clarity, and we do not flicker about. Essentially, this is my defining characteristic. I am one with pervasive original purity. It is essentially my own body. It is a contentment. It is my true self. It is the jhana meditation on my true essence. From the secret Tantra on the precious pearl necklace, this is Chapter 6, Teaching the Visions of Sentient Beings and Skill in Methods. Teachings that all the dharmas of samsara and nirvana are perfected within ourselves. Then Vajradhara addressed Vajradhara with these words: Are sentient beings and the dharmas of samsara and nirvana single, or are they multiple? I have doubts about this. O Blessed One, speak to me. Then the great Vajradhara got up from his carpet of bliss and intentionally spoke out these words. The dharmas of samsara are like this. In the very beginning, there is no this. It is a delusion we make from our objectives, as if something were permanent, and it manifests as being the objective of sentient beings. Moreover, its enumeration is as follows: the earth, water, fire and wind, the sky, the sun and the moon, the pure forms of men and women, the planets, stars and clouds, wood, mountains, rocks, roots, trunks and branches, leaves, flowers and fruits, smell, taste, sound and touch, music, streamers and umbrellas, royal banners, fine silk and all the rest. These are the dharmas that are visible as samsara. They fill out the body of the real yoga. The earth is flesh. It is a substance. Water is blood. It is a consummation. Fire is heat. It ripens every body. Wind is breath. It retains our physical wholeness. The sky is mind. It retains the body's earth. The sun and moon are our eyes. They make things shine. The men seem to be born. The women appear to be dead. The planets are mouths, as are the stars. The clouds are hair, the wood is roots, the rocks are bones. Roots are hearts, trunks are feet, branches are limbs. Flowers are, in fact, our 5 senses. Our rewards are realized in our bodies. Smell is hair, taste is skin, sound is a language, awareness is a disease, music is an inner sparkling, streamers are water, umbrellas are feet. Royal banners are names, fine silk is our arising. These things are perfected within the body of a yogin. As for awareness itself, it is like this. The 5 elements are the 5 lights. The sun and the moon are wisdom and method. What is the base for a man is the path for a woman. A planet is the degree of our understanding. A star is a dharma. A cloud is an all-encompassing compassion. Wood is reality. It is a path that is open. Taste is an unchanging view. Rocks are embodiments of the Dharma, and are beyond all fear. The root is that all dharmas have a single cause. The branches are in fact the limbs of enlightenment. The trunk is that there is one taste to emptiness. The leaves are the dominions of the Dharma that actively encompass us. Flowers are the lamps of wisdom. Our reward is that the three bodies are perfected in themselves. Sound is reality. It is the sound of our objectives. Smell is well known to be the speech of the Buddha. Taste is the taste of experience. Touch is an understanding of great jhana meditations. Music perfects the mandala of the 5 lights. Streamers are the glistenings of shining colors. Umbrellas are protective. They are a knowledge of resolve. Fine silks are the Upadesha Instructions. They are the cause of our lives. Royal banners that are in our understandings. We are actually Buddhas. The dharmas that are the essence of the mind itself have been spontaneously realized from the beginning, and they are present in this way. This is why we use our intellects and material things to make a real investigation of the Dharma. Kie, Vajradhara, listen well. The dharmas of whiteness from the past were all perfected in our bodies and in our minds. The dharmas of samsara are to be seen in the past. So the deity in our mandala, the offerings, the mantras, mudras, and samadhis, the imparted empowerments, and the samaya, the planting of the Upadesha Instructions, and the taste of the experience. Likewise, the stages of our generation, our study, contemplation, and meditation, our view, practice, and meditation, our generosity, morality, and patience, our diligence, jhana meditation, and wisdom, our powers, prayers, and wisdom, and likewise the methods of the perfection of wisdom, the practice of the 10 virtues, and all the rest, they are just methods and wisdom, but our dominion and our awareness do appear, and there is a way that our body and our wisdom are present. The base, the path, and the reward, our ideas and the ways that we conceptualize, are real objects which are light and color, emptiness and the absence of contemplations, complications, essence, true nature, and compassion, our status, our true nature, and the Great Spirit, original purity and spontaneous realization, are the base of the earth in general, and are also the basis of our delusions. Maho. All of these appear to be topics that we must understand. The Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, the teacher, the place, the entourage, and the time, the embodiment of the Dharma, the embodiment of pleasure, and the manifest embodiment, the sutras, the Vinaya, and the Abhidhamma, the auditors, the private victors, and the bodhisattvas, the auditors of the Mahasamgika group, and all the Sarvastivadins impart these things. The elders and the 4 root schools divide up such things as sorrow, its origin, its cessation, and the truth of the path. There are those of us who have outflows, and those who have no outflows. There are those who are beyond levels, and those that dwell on them. Vajradhara again asked, in the dominion of the Dharma, which is equal to the sky, in the vision of the wisdom in our awareness, how do these dharmas that would exemplify nirvana dwell within our minds and bodies? How will what this really means dawn upon our faces? May the Blessed One speak to me. Vajradhara gave instruction. It is due to the particularities in our bases and what is real that all dharmas appear within the dominion of the Dharma. The body and the mind are the seals of emptiness. Our real things are running out, so they are empty. He whose face is self-evident awareness has perfected all the dharmas that appear in this way. The 5 constellations are completely pure. Reality is a center, and wisdom is a rim. Our self-awareness becomes an object of worship. That is why our own deities are in themselves majestic. Great stupidity abides in itself, so we ourselves worship our own mandalas. There are no topics to be spoken on or contemplated. Everything is the words of our own mantra. We ourselves are the movers and the transformers, so without transforming any of our limbs, our mudra is perfected. Through contemplation, emptiness awakens of itself. It is perfect, so there is no samadhi to meditate on. Because of our awareness, we are present at the base of the effulgent empowerment. We do not need any implements. We have acquired the empowerment. There are no boundaries to be protected. We have no thoughts about the past. We are beyond protecting the samaya of words and statements. Appearances are themselves self-liberating. The Upadesha instructions that are exemplified in words are a space of self-awareness. This originates in us, so we are self-liberated. This is the primordial certitude of the taste of experience. We are perfected without generating the 3 bodies. The stages of generation are self-originating. So it is that we must use our natural vision to carefully investigate reality. The sounds that manifest in so many ways have a reality that cannot be discussed. This is why unspeakable self-awareness is a great bliss. We do not see self-awareness with our thoughts. For this reason, this is beyond the objectives of thought and investigation. The awareness of wisdom is primordially radiant, so we are liberated from meditations and contrived words. Both samsara and nirvana are self-perfected. Aware emptiness that is self-liberating is a majestic view. We let appearances be naked. Uncontrived self-origination is a majestic practice. From the beginning, our samadhi has been self-luminous. To have no distractions is the resolve of our meditation. The essence of awareness cannot be visualized, so the generosity in which there is no giving or parting is perfect. Self-awareness is a filthless conceptualization. The unobstructed rule of the way is our own body. We have lost the resolve of the embodiment of the Dharma, so we have no reason to meditate. This is our patience. The awareness that we have never experienced as being lost maintains the diligence of the unchanging. From the beginning, we are beyond awareness and thought. Our virtue is self-perfected. It is a support for our minds. The lineage of the Lamb cannot be obstructed. It is a clear and unobstructed knowledge. For the awareness that is not bedazzled, the embodiment of the Dharma has the power to be self-perfecting. From the beginning, our true natures are spontaneously realized. Undesignated self-perfection is indeed a prayer. The wisdom of emptiness is present in itself. Non-attachment is itself a shining wisdom. Awareness empowers our vision. Our minds retain the methods of emptiness. We are beyond this, so we do have the 10 essential wisdoms. The dharmas of our works and deeds are perfected. Our method is a self-secret wisdom. Knowledge is the embodiment of emptiness. Its shape is a majestic pervasion. It is a concern to our wisdom. Our awareness is liberated in the appearance of the things that we must understand. The 3 bodies are the solitary Buddha. Wisdom has 5 characteristics. The technique in the Vinaya, in which we succeed by harmonizing with the things that we must know, is based on there being a source for the origin of all things. Our path is self-evidently through the land of the bardos. Our reward is the 3 bodies and the 5 wisdoms. The wisdom in our ideas is pristine. The way that we think about it is that our vision is perfected in its depths. Light is the radiance of the 5 wisdoms. The 5 colors are the radiances of the 5 elements. Our objective is an empty reality. Emptiness is the opposite of a substantial thing. We are empty of having anything to say, so nothing is complicated. Our essence is originally pure. We have no topics to discuss. Our true natures are spontaneously realized. Everything that appears is perfect. A totally pervasive compassion dawns on us by itself. Our state of being comes from our strength. We are naturally uncontrived and are apparent to everyone. Our souls are pervasively encompassing. We fill all things. Original purity purifies filth by itself. Our spontaneous realization will dawn on us in many ways. This is why the base that is our overall ground appears to be a delusion. The way of being for these things is self-perfected. This is why we will not find it, if we are searching for it through something else. The manifest embodiment is our own body. The embodiment of the Dharma is our own awareness, the emptiness of the mind itself. The embodiment of pleasure is the variety of things that appear to us. The sutras are profound realities. The Vinaya subdues our own delusional visions. The Abhidhamma is actually the understanding of reality. Majestic splendor is a perfected vision of self-awareness. Things that are a basis for talking about reality are everywhere. This is superior to them all. This is why everyone is imparting it. Not to move from our base is to be an elder. It is because we are generating happiness that we are getting sorrow. This perfects everything with no exceptions, so it is unchanging. It is called a path. It is beyond all conditions, so it is a true cessation. It is self-originating, so it does have outflows. It is not complicated, so it has no outflows. We have achieved the embodiment of the Dharma, so we are beyond any levels, while we continue to be on levels that are inclusive of filth. This is the topic that we are discussing. We are stable. We are unchanging. Our abode and the entourage of hosts that are present have specific understandings. This is also true. From out of the body of our lineage and our mind, everything is perfected. This itself is perfection. That is why looking for it somewhere else will not be grounds for finding it. There is no mind other than this one. We use our awareness in a land where there is no Dharma to present these words. All these Dharmas that appear in these ways are all primordially perfected in ourselves. There does not exist any necessity for the Dharmas that are arrangements of words, writings, and symbols. For this reason, in this body that has no Dharma, why would we need our minds? If we do not have our minds, we are just dense matter which lacks the ability to move. So how will things that do not move come forth? If we do not have a mind that remembers and thinks, then what difference is there between us and the corpses in the charnel ground? Also, how is it with the sky? If it is what it is empty. How will the welfare of sentient beings come forth from it? If his awareness of thusness is unhindered, may our leader give instruction to me. Then, through the vision of the appearance of many objectives, our teacher, who has no Dharma, gave instruction. The entourage that have no minds but have awakened their memories must listen. Our minds emerge into a collective time. This is why we are covered in real filth. A mind that subsumes the basis of all things and all the rest will turn out to be counted as filth. The difference between mind and wisdom must be understood by those who are wise. The mind is the basis for all our habitual tendencies. It is the filth from embodied beings. We take it in and we hold on to it. For these reasons, it is a dharma of samsara. When we lose this mind, that is the level of Buddhahood, this is the exhaustion of the filth of all embodied beings. Those who are in motion due to the mind. If they did not have it, they would be unable to move. For this reason, life is like a wheel of delusions. Our hearts are beyond all trembling. We are not like crude matter. We are knowing and aware. So the maker of illumination is apparent to us. All of our conceptualizations are burned away. Wisdom itself is like fire. It consumes. There is nothing that compares to the sky itself. This is the luminous emptiness that has awareness. This is why I teach that there is an appearance of wisdom. An indivisible compassion dawns on us. It is encompassing and is connected to everything. It perfects every dharma. Memory itself has no memory, so our wisdom is beyond any basis for our memories. As for true wisdom, it is like this. There is the wisdom of our being pure from the base. There is the assumption of characteristics, and there is the encompassing of the objective. The basis of all things is itself an accumulation, so the embodiment of the Dharma is the exhaustion of our outflows. It is empty and clear. It is shining and pervasive. We are not covered by our thoughts. We are awakened by our memories. We are beyond any complications. We are pervasive and empty, like the sky. Self-purity is beyond all exemplification. Upon the basis of all things which does have causes and conditions, we gather our habitual tendencies, so it is like a pond. As for the embodiment of the Dharma, it is beyond any habitual tendencies. The thought process, the mind, and all the rest manifest in multiplicity as a basis for all embodied beings. The embodiment of the Dharma is beyond our thought processes and all the rest. This multiplicity does not have a body that appears as a form. The 5 great elements appear in bodies. Their radiant light is obstructed by our filth. The 5 subtle and coarse things manifest as our objectives. Even the 5 colors are associated with atoms. The knots that appear untie themselves. The 5 great ones also shine out as 5 lights. The subtle and coarse filth turns back on itself, so the 5 colors shine forth without blending. Atoms are the sky's own radiance. The 5 wisdoms dawn as lights. The object of our visualization has liberated itself. The 5 effulgences of the elements melt into our mother. Our objects and our understandings will fade by themselves, so the radiance of the elements melts into light. So it is that the elements are divided between the radiant and the corrupt. From the Tantra on the Precious Pearl Necklace, this is Chapter 7, teaching that all the dharmas of samsara and nirvana are perfected within ourselves. Binding and teaching all the Tantras. Then that Vajradhara addressed Vajradhara with these words. Kie, Kie, teacher Vajrasattva, what are the methods of the secret mantra, and what are their true natures? May the Blessed One speak to me. The statements made by our teacher hold Vajras. The Tantra on the methods of all the Buddhas has a single base, but is differentiated on account of its essence. There is the thing that we exemplify, and there is the act of exemplifying it. The weapon Tantra is a single thing that pervades everything. All things follow on the trails of this. These are the 2 kinds of pervasion. Pervasion by emptiness and pervasion by clarity. The empty has a single cause that is insubstantial, so it is beyond the dharmas of all the substances. There is a single pervasion that does not manifest as a substance. This turns out to be the basis of all things. It has one essence. It is the pervasive spirit itself. It is enlightenment. It is unborn. But due to the special circumstance that it is essentially the exhaustion of our memories, things are empty yet apparent, or they are apparent yet empty. There are also the real and the unreal. They are exhausted, so they have remained in emptiness from the beginning. They are beyond causes and conditions. They are the objectives of emptiness. This encompassing pervasion is not real. It is essentially empty. It is also stainless and is perfected without being polluted. It is not an idea. Its true nature is emptiness. It is because we are encompassed by emptiness that we are called a spirit. The shining Ta is unhindered by its very nature. It pervades all things with the vision of a lamp maker. It shines, is warm, and glistens. We take on an identity that moves its own fields. It is encompassing, primordially radiant, and self-luminescent. It is the mature seed of working for liberation. We turn away from emptiness, so we are encompassed in clarity. This is instantaneous. We are self-liberated. We shine at our own dawning. so we are joined with a body. We are stainless and are individually radiant. The objective of a non-grasping clarity is evident. The consciousnesses of the 5 doors are perfected in self-clarity. Our bodies are pervaded by this clarity, so we have a spirit. The true understanding of these things is called a method, and it also has its own particularities. People have particularities to their intellects, so what we describe as being gradual may be either effortless and self-liberating, or may be an adaptation of our experience that involves effort. Those that are effortless are pure in themselves. Their core is of 3 kinds. What this means is that when we are adopting things into our experience, we will have bodies, doors, and objectives. The cores of our bodies are of 3 kinds. You must understand that there are the way of the lion, the way of the elephant, and the one in which we resemble a rishi. Our true door is to have no illusions about thusness. The 2 kinds of illuminators do not move, so the sky itself does not move. The cures of our objectives are of 3 kinds. The dominion of purity is present. The essence of awareness is also present, and everything that appears is present. As for the thinking mind, it does not flicker, but it is present in its own place. The mind does not flicker. It awakens memories. Awareness does not flicker. The 3 bodies shine. When our thinking minds are at ease, we stop the flow of memories. When our body and speech are at ease, we are free of sorrow. When our awareness is at ease, it will manifest as the 5 bodies. Awareness, just by its manifestation, prevents conditions from occurring. Because clear light dawns on us, it prevents both subtle and coarse things from happening. Because our dominion manifests as our awareness, it prevents us from objectifying our minds. The Tantras of method work to exemplify it in this way. Without generating this within our spirits, it is already perfect. Working to exemplify things is a method. It is present in a continuum, so it is called a Tantra. The true nature of the Tathagata is brilliantly analyzed in the heart of the Tantras. Samsara and Nirvana, whichever one it may be, do not understand what this is. The intolerable has the true nature of a Vajra. There is a single basis on which we exemplify our own Tantras. It is a unity that is a natural emptiness. It is the mother who bore the perfect Buddha. It is called the triple heart essence of the Tantras. Our natural spirits are like this. Our base and our heart essence are our core. The base that our essence, true nature, and compassion encompass everything, and it dawns on everyone. Wisdom has an identity that is 3-fold. From the beginning, it has been originally free from filth. It is a single unity that we do not join or leave. It is the great secret of the Buddhas. We are embodied as a perfect awareness of the heart. The spirit in our body is empty, so it is pervasive. Its clarity is also self-evident. It has the true nature of being an invisible clarity. Our hearts are spirits with the nature of perfection. Everything that appears is spirit. Everything that is connected and attached to everything. In the mandala of the natural citta, The heart of ungenerated perfection is majestic. For this reason, it has been distilled into an essence. It turns out that this is life for everyone, so it is described as being the spirit of the heart. It brings forth the elixir of every essence, so it is called an elixir of distilled essences. It is extracted into the elixir of clear and empty awareness. This is the great secret of the happiness of all the Buddhas. This, our base, and our hearts hold flowers. This is the true essence of self-awareness, so it is called the elixir of the great perfection. This is brilliantly promulgated. Even in the other Tantras it has been certified, so it is a transmission that is to be received. Natural emptiness encompasses everything. Moreover, the true nature of this elixir is a distillation of essences, so it has 3 radiances, 3 kinds of clarity, and it is pervaded by knowledge. Through the 3 kinds of resolve and the 3 ways of not turning back, this elixir has attained the certitude of the unchanging. There are 3 kinds of appearance and 3 kinds of emptiness. This elixir is naturally pure. This is presented systematically in the Tantras. We will surely be taken in by the base, the path, and the result, so this is a natural Tantra. It is for these reasons that the so-called Tantras were put together by using connections. They were realized by a natural coming together, so they are called truly natural Tantras. There is one base, but through the particularities of its essence, there are what we call the Tantras of methods and natures. When we are merely bound to them, our vision of them will be shameful. The one essential base is naturally empty. It is not plural. It does not change. As an analogy, if there were a person who had many names, he would look just the same, no matter what we called him. The meaning of the unchanging is also like that. Then Vajradhara addressed Vajradhara with these words: Kyema, teacher, majestic being, the methods and true natures of the Tantras that are meaningful to the Buddhas are just so. So in this way, what are the boundaries of division for the secret Tantras? Our teacher has not previously spoken on this. Tell me what the stages to this are. Then that great Vajradhara got up from the samadhi that brilliantly differentiates the Tantras, and he spoke to Vajradhara with these words: Ema, Vajradhara, listen. This is something that must be explained. There are Tantras of purport, and there are Tantras of words. Those of purport were taught through their stages in the past. I will elucidate the stages of the Tantras of words. It is because we cut through complications that the purposes of samsara become liberated by the Tantra. The ocean and the sun, a lion and the king of the mountains, a wheel and a key, a sword and a spear, molten gold, and the connection between a mother and her child, a mirror and a string of pearls, a knotted snake and a great Garuda, a river and a razor, a king and a treasury. We use differentiations such as these to clearly discriminate the Tantra of words. When we differentiate the meanings of these words, we will also see what is essential. Vajradhara take this as certain. When we know the three kinds of heart essence that make up a Tantra, it will be like assembling the king, ministers, and subjects. When we know the three radiances of a Tantra, it will be like going to the summit of three mountains. When we understand the three flowers of a Tantra, it will be like the sun rising in the sky. When we understand that all the Tantras have a single view, it will be like installing the cornerstone of a castle well. When we understand the Tantra of deep and perfect visions, it will be like a staff that will reach to a summit. When we understand the Tantra in which wisdom turns back armies, it will be like opening the starports in the four directions. When we understand the two great branch Tantras, it will be like building a dome over four walls. When we understand the Tantra that liberates yogins, it will be like installing a king at the summit of his castle. When we understand the Tantra that is like a heart, it will be like adjusting the doors so they are tight. When we understand the Tantra of the secrecy of our own scriptures, it will be like circling around the final Iron Mountain. When we understand the Tantra that is like a weapon, we are like door protectors who have armor. Ema. This is how all the Tantras are amazing and are majestically supreme. I must explain to you the meanings of all these things. Furthermore, the stages of the Tantras are that there are two root Tantras, but they describe all the Dharmas in exactly the same way. The explanatory Tantras are the mother and the child. We describe them as being in the way of open leaves. There are two branch Tantras. They are said to resemble the appearances of the ocean and of the planets and stars. There are two Tantras with clear transmission and logic. They are said to be in the way of ripening fruit. We use the three Tantras of a contemplation that is present in itself to explain this as being in the way of the eye that makes us see. We use the two Tantras of self-liberating engagement to explain the way in which our hearts are the base for our memories. We use the Tantra on the rituals for the wise to describe our being like a guard dog. In this way, I have explained in great clarity the meaning of each and every Tantra. Through differentiating the essence of their vows, all of the Buddhas have achieved their true natures. This is how the Tantras of words are presented. Then those Vajradharas differentiated the secret Tantras, and they gave birth to minds that were joyful, elated, and rejoicing. They joined their palms toward Vajradhara and brilliantly addressed him with these words. Kyema, sixfold Vajradhara, if the stages of all the Tantras are like this, then how will you teach this to the sentient beings of the future, instructing them in all of the Tantras through a single heart essence that brings everything together? O Vajradhara, speak to me. Then our teacher gave instruction. The entire totality of what must be spoken may surely be reduced to a mere enumeration, but a sutra is a distillation of an intent that is profound. Its way of being is inconceivable, but its wisdom is of three kinds. The basis of our delusions may be described in many ways, but there are the spontaneously realized, and there are the compassionate. Our own abode is our body, our awareness and our wisdom. It is the heart that is present at the center of our citta. Our path is the wind that makes our four nerves flicker. The basis for its arising are the 4 doors, the eye, and all the rest. The sky has no conditions, but we consider it to be an object. To bring it into our experience, there are the solid cut and the skull jump. Their measure is actually the yoga of the 4 resolves. In the bardo, both mother and child are joined. Our true place of liberation is the highest. From the Pearl Necklace Tantra, this is Chapter 8, binding and teaching all the Tantras. With these words, we were given instruction by the awareness that has no mind. So sharp Vajra of awareness and the rest of them, the Tathagatas of the 5 families, the wrathful ones of the 3 families, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the gods, humans, and asuras, the inconceivable Dakinis, and all the world, together with its Gandharvas, rejoiced, and they truly praised the speech made by the Blessed One. The so-called precious Pearl Necklace Tantra came forth from out of the 6 million Tantras on the naturally great perfection, being special due to its being 4 times distilled into a heart essence. It is complete.